Ridgeway. Welcome to my channel. This is Let Us Eat. Today's video is going to be about decluttering and putting things away. One of the best things you can do when you're cleaning is put things away. They have a place. If you don't have a place for it and you haven't used it in a long time, purge it or discard it. I just went through and looked at everything that I needed to do. So in the video, you will see me do my junk drawer and my hall closet, which you see behind me. I had to fix a locker that recently ripped and fell, and I just had to replace it with a new one. I took things out, I decluttered a little more, and it was an easy fix. It only took me 5 minutes, just so it wasn't an eyesore. We run through all the time, so we don't see it anymore. But when I have company over, which I haven't in a long time because of the pandemic, they come through and they see it. And I just want my home to feel cozy and comfortable and not overwhelming. I did my dining room right before Thanksgiving, so all I really have to do is touch up my corner on the other side of the freezer where we store all our drinks, and just keep it swept and the shoe rack organized, as well as the coats, because I don't have a place to hang my coats, because I use this closet to store a lot of stuff that I do use on a regular basis. With that said, please look for the red subscribe word and click subscribe. It'll turn to gray. Please tap the bell for notifications so you can get all my videos, and give it a big thumbs up so you can see more of my cleaning and organizing videos. I have cleaned this out many times before, but I am going to attempt to clean it out again and get everything out of it and wipe it down. And I'm going to use a Pinterest hack that I saw and try to recreate it to organize the infamous junk drawer. I completely emptied out the drawer. Now I'm going to give it a good wipe down, and then I'm going to cut up some of my cardboard boxes, and I'm going to make some organizers, and I will show you what I'm talking about when I get further along. I'm going to organize everything in groups, and I tossed out a lot in my drawers for this video, and I'm going to save all the useful things like bread ties, my clips, and directions to cooking frozen pizzas and things that we keep for a quick reference. And I'm going to make a section for everything. I have a cereal box. This is a bulk size that you get at Costco's or BJ's, wherever your bulk stores are. And I'm going to start by cutting it on the side with the character. This is a good project to get your kids involved. About recycling and reusing products that you would normally just discard. I've seen people use contact paper, but I'm not going to be that fancy. Tricky around the corners here. Now you can certainly go out and buy stuff for the organizing, and I cut and I left a rim around it, probably about an inch, and make sure you can see it. And then I'm going to put my Scotch tape, masking tape, not Scotch tape. And I have these things for curtain rods I'm just going to place in there. I have put my box into my drawer, and I have my masking tape, and I'm going to put some other round items. We save the lids because we always lose them when we're eating our chips, and that way I have one if it gets lost. I don't need a ton of them, so I did get rid of some of them. Something like a ruler You can just put it to the side. I use my rulers for a lot of things, especially measuring the epic snowfalls that we get. Arizona cheese dip snack tray. It has a little round section and a big section. You can just lay it into the drawer next to the box. Anything broken, you can discard. I'll have a lot of hair ties. Extra little boxes of crayons from fairs. Those are great to pick up. Emery board repair for your nails. Save your bread ties. They come in very handy. Rubber bands are very useful. They can go into the same container with the hair ties because try to keep them grouped together. These are wipes that help kill germs. Those are very handy to have. I keep a thing of chalk in my drawer because of ants. My scissors, when I cook and do my videos for the YouTube channel, I keep them in this drawer for easy access. Pencils. My kids always seem to need them for homeschooling. And pens. So I keep them all together. Put them in the box. More curtain rod kits. We've got another lid. I threw some of the lids out because you don't really need that many. Just about 6 is fine. The hair ties, my youngest with long hair, we go through a lot of them. Here's some of the directions from frozen foods that we keep, just so we can have a quick reference. Taking my kitchen scissors, because I can find them, I'm going to cut the box even further. Just lay it down flat so the chalk stays in the back. Ants don't like chalk. I keep chalk in my cabinets and near the garbage can and on my countertops. Kind of just play around with it. You can find a way to keep it secure. This is probably where... Now I laid a box down at the bottom just because the drawer gets very dirty. I'm going to take all the thumbtacks that I found and put them into my pill bottle. This is good use for pill bottles. And any loose curtain hanging fixtures. I got them all in my pill bottle. Lay them right there. These are really good to save. I label my plugs with them. VCR, DVD player, Xbox with a black marker on them. That way, when you go to the back of the wires, if there's a problem, you'll know what wire goes to what electronic. I saved these from the Easter kits. Using some of the trays just to group some odds and ends. Here is the after of my junk drawer. I don't want it to be Pinterest pretty, I just want it to be functional. And I have some trays and a cardboard box that I used and recycled and reused. I also reused my pill bottles to hold tiny thumbtacks. Perfect, the circle for rubber bands and hair ties. I keep my bag and bread ties. We use them for everything. And all the little baggies that hold the curtain hangers are in one place, as well as extra pencils and crayons. My masking tape, as well as lids. I use some of the lids to store some of the little tiny things. And these that I use on plugs to label them. The butter top disappeared, so I just put my toothpicks in it. I have all our directions and for frozen foods and whatever menus we have over here, and I can easily access my scissors and my kids when they want to paint. There's a couple paintbrushes in here. Behind me is my closet in between my kitchen and my dining room. And as you can see, it's becoming out of control again. I have a video from a while ago where I redid it. And one of the things here snapped down and broke. And I am going to take just a few things out and replace it and do a little touch up. In order to keep a clean home, you need to declutter every week, a couple times a week. You need to sweep every day. You need to wipe surfaces down. You should clean your kitchen in the morning, afternoon, and evening if it allows you to. If you're not feeling well, it can wait till the next day. But to do these things on a regular basis will help your house stay cleaner longer and not become overwhelmed, cluttered, and stressful. I'm just in the Five Below lockers. They usually have them around the time college students go back to school, and they're between $5 and $3. This is a smaller one, so I'm going to have more room below it. I'm going to move the shoehorn over to the side because I keep my flip-flops when they're not in season in slippers. I have my back to you, and now it's completely empty, and I can touch up the clutter. I just knock everything out of here. It's the best way for me to do it. This is the one that I'm going to toss in the recycle bin because it ripped one day and fell. if you can see the floor. But that's everything that fell out of it. Kind of seasonal stuff. I'm going to place my fall Thanksgiving tablecloth. I'm going to have to go through these books to see which can be tossed. For now, I'm going to put them in the locker shelf. This is my visor. I do photography. It helps me when it's very bright out. Controls the light for better photos. And just using a Dollar Tree basket, I have my extra hats and single but looking mittens, so if I find them I can put them together. And I have everything back in there that I want. I have a missing mate. It doesn't match the other gray one. That one has a cat. I think we washed this sock the other day. And I'm not sure why this was in there. I must have just put it away real quick. That's why one of the best things to do when you're cleaning, don't just shove it in a closet or a drawer and forget about it, like I did with this. Find a place for it. If you're going to keep the box, then put it in a spot where you're going to use it and see it. That way it gets put away. And the bags I do reuse for crafts, depending on what was in them. And then my gerbil that we have will shred the box. And I found a magic eraser, unopened. And the magic erasers from the Dollar Tree are a 2-pack, and they work just as well. I have a mug shelf, and I haven't found a spot for it, but I'm just going to place it right here for now, upside down, so it doesn't fall over. And I got these for the spring, because we fly kites every year. I haven't done my wreath yet. I might do one for January to brighten up the place once the Christmas decorations are put away. And I have an extra locker in case that one breaks, or the one next to it. Here's what the closet looks like after just 5 minutes of my time. A much better sight. We walk by it, so we don't really pay attention to it, but I've been trying to keep things neat and orderly for about a year now. I've done a lot of decluttering and minimalizing what we have. Today's video, I decluttered. I redid my junk drawer with things I would usually toss into a recycle bin and reused them into my life to make my life easier, as well as I did a 5-minute touch-up on my closet behind me here, and I organized it. And the best way to have a stress-free life as a homemaker is when you're decluttering, if you don't need it, purge it, sell it, or toss it. Those are my 3 piles. When you're cleaning, set everything up into zones. Could be up to 5 zones. Spend a half an hour on each zone and go on to the next one. Do one room at a time and just have fun with it and don't overwhelm yourself. At this time, look for the red subscribe word and click on it. It'll turn to gray so that you're subscribed. Please give my video a big thumbs up and tap that bell for future notifications. I hope everybody has a safe holiday. Try not to visit family if you don't have to. We don't want that living room spread to further us into a shutdown. And be safe out there and enjoy the day.